need to, abolish NEET for now, at least for the next few years, and then we prepare a system so that our children could study well, could have more confidence in our system. And this is something, some of the reforms which we have to do it. I kindly request the government to look into it. I support this bill. We need to reform our examination system, but also we need to reform our education system so that our children are free to choose whatever they want in the future. Thank you, Madam.
Shriman L.K. Sudesh. Shriman L.K. Sudesh.
Honorable Deputy Chairman, Vanakkam. On behalf of Desiya Mutpokku Dravida Kalagam and my leader, Premlata Vijaykanth, we strongly oppose the NEET bill. ஒரு 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி தமிழ்நாட்டில் திருச்சி பக்கத்தில் அனிதா என்ற ஒரு மாணவி +2 மார்க்கில் 1200க்கு 1188 மார்க் வாங்கி அதுக்கு பிறகு நீட் தேர்வு எழுதி நீட் தேர்வில் தோல்வி அடைந்தார்கள். அதுக்கு பிறகு அந்த மாணவி தற்கொலை செய்து கொண்டாங்க. அதனால் தமிழ்நாட்டில் மாணவர்கள், இளைஞர்கள், பொதுமக்கள், ஒட்டுமொத்த தமிழகமே கண்ணீர் சிந்தியது. அந்த நேரத்தில் எங்களுடைய தலைவர் உடல் சரியில்லாமல் சிங்கப்பூரில் இருக்கும் பொழுது இந்த செய்தியை கேட்டு உடனடியாக தமிழக திரும்பி அதே இரவு திருச்சி சென்று அந்த அனிதாவுடைய உடலுக்கு மரியாதை செலுத்திவிட்டு சென்றார். இது நடந்த ஒரு அஞ்சலியான விஷயம். அது இப்பொழுது தந்தையாக பேசுகிறேன். எனக்கு 2 மகள்கள். இதை பார்க்கும் பொழுது எனக்கு 2 மகளை மருத்துவ படிக்க வேண்டும் என்று என்னோட ஆசை. என்னுடைய மகள் 10ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கும் பொழுதே நீட் கோச்சிங் கிளாஸில் சேர்த்தானே. அப்போது எங்கள் வீட்டில் +2 படிக்கும் இந்த 10th 11th 12th அப்படி படிக்கும் பொழுது தினமும் 3 மணி நேரம் ஸ்பெஷல் கிளாஸ் எங்கள் வீட்டில் வச்சோம் நாங்கள். அப்பொழுது என்னுடைய 2வது மகள் 8வது படிக்கிறாங்க. படிக்கும்போது அவங்களும் இந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கோச்சிங் கிளாஸில் அவங்க படிக்கிறாங்க. படிக்கும் பொழுது அந்த கோச்சிங் சென்டரில் கிட்டத்தட்ட வருடத்துக்கு 40,000 முதல் 50,000 ரூபாய் பணம் கட்ட வேண்டும். அந்த பணத்தை கட்டி பிறகு நல்ல +2ல் நல்ல மார்க் வாங்கி நீட்டில் நல்ல மார்க் வாங்கி அவங்க மருத்துவம் முடித்தாங்க. யூஜி அண்டு பிஜி முடித்தாங்க பெரியவங்க. அதே போல் என்னுடைய 2வது மகளும் நீட்டில் நல்ல மார்க் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணி யூஜி படித்து இப்போ பிஜி பண்ணுறாங்க. இது என்ன போல் ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் மேனுக்கு ஓகே. ஆனால் சாதாரணமாக எங்களுடைய மாவட்டமான வேலூர் மாவட்டம் என்னுடைய சொந்த கிராமத்திலே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1 minute ப்ளீஸ்.
Kindly conclude.
எங்களுடைய கிராமத்தில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா விவசாயம் அதிகம், அங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா தொழில் அதிகம். அங்கே இருக்கின்ற மாணவர்கள் இந்த
Shriman Harish Biran.
ப்ளீஸ்.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Wait, let them change the...
Shriman Harish Biran. Ten seconds.
There, one second. மருத்துவ கல்வி என்பது அனைவருக்கும், வாய்ப்பு அனைவருக்கும், நீதி அனைவருக்கும். ஆனால் தான் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு நீட்டு விலக்க வேண்டும். தமிழ்நாட்டு மாணவர்களுக்கு நிதி வேண்டும். இது எங்களுடைய கோரிக்கை மட்டுமல்ல, இது எங்கள் மாணவர்களின் எதிர்காலம் போராட்டம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Shriman Haris Biran.
Thank you, madam. Madam, we should have, in my opinion, observed 1 minute of silence before starting this debate. Because to pay homage to more than 20 innocent students who took their lives after falling to this corrupt NEET UG system. Instead, what did we do, madam? The minister actually introduced the bill. He listed the states, particularly opposition's rule states, which had paper leaks over there, and the treasury bench just thumbed on it. Now, what does it show, ma'am? It shows that we are doing this standing on the dead bodies of these children, and we should hang our heads in shame. Madam, this house shares the collective objective of ending the paper leak. But question is, madam, whether the government is serious or not. We had a paper leak bill in 2024. Now, why should this amendment happen today? So that means there were serious lapses in that bill. That bill could not plug the holes as far as the leaks were concerned. Now, whether the government is still serious, we don't know, because we don't have any statistics as to why a new amendment had to be brought in. Madam, the statement of objection reasons of this new law states that there have been some incidents of question paper leakages and malpractices. Just some incidents. Some incidents means what, ma'am? What has happened? There has been a huge scandal which has happened. There has been cancellation of a national examination. There has been CBI investigation. There has been a resignation of a union minister, and there has been suicides of children. That is the small thing which the statement of objection reasons has done. Now, what has the present amendment done, ma'am? It has just purely enhanced the punishment. Now, madam, let us be very clear. Raising the jail term will not prevent paper leaks. That is very clear, madam. That is very clear. Now, madam, this bill is merely punitive, ma'am. In 2024, the bill had prescribed punishments. Did it improve? It did not improve. Now, what is required, ma'am? What is required is a systematic change and fixing responsibility. Ma'am, whether there is any systematic changes which has been prescribed in this amendment, whether anybody has been fixed responsibility in this amendment, nothing, ma'am. It is just enhancing of punishment which has just happened. Now, how prevention of leak can be achieved? That is what should have been discussed in this particular amendment. But nothing of that part is there. Now, every examination paper goes through a supply chain. Supply chain is that there is a draft paper, there is a final paper, then it is printed, then it is stored, then it is transported. Now, this supply chain breaks, and then there is a leak. Now, you are catching one person at the end. Now, that one person will be an innocent person. You're not catching the total mafia at all. But the punishment given is that you are the end person who has been caught, and the mafia is getting a single punishment. So there is a disproportionality as far as the punishment is concerned, madam. Now, madam, the minister, while introducing the bill, said it is for students' welfare. What is there for students in this particular bill? There is nothing. You should have at least said that students who are the victims of this particular leakage will get exemplary compensation. Nothing of that sort. There should be some age relaxation, because many of the students would have been age barred from the next examination. There should have been some reimbursement of the travel fares which they did. But instead, what they are doing, the CBSE examination which just happened, when a student has to give for re-evaluation, he has to pay 25 rupees per question, not per question paper, per question. So they are making money out of it. They are commercializing this and making money out of it. Now, madam, one very important thing. How did this NEET UG paper leak come in? It is not through any special task force. It was through an ordinary chemistry teacher in Sikar. She actually did this particular thing. She cracked it. She was a whistleblower. Is there any whistleblower protection in this particular bill? There is none. This is a big scam, big mafia which you are going to face. And if a whistleblower is going to say something, it is going to be a huge problem for that whistleblower. So you should have given some whistleblower protection in this bill. Nothing has been given in this. So I appeal to the government, at this stage at least, that you please have a whistleblower's protection. You have a reward to those actually who exposes this scam in this particular bill. Now, madam, minister was very proudly saying that investigation will be completed in next time and the trial will be completed in next months. Now, he may not be aware of a constitution bench judgment of the Supreme Court in 2002, Ramachandra Rao, which says that you cannot prescribe, the legislature cannot prescribe that kind of a time limit to the judiciary. So therefore, how will this particular thing sustain under this law? Secondly, if this particular investigation is not completed, if the trial is not completed, who will be made accountable?
Please conclude.
Just
Please
30
conclude.
seconds, ma'am. If it is not completed in this particular time frame, then who is going to be accountable? Nobody is going to be accountable. Now, thirdly,
Dr.
the
Kavita
person facing. Just, I'm concluding, madam. Madam, I'm concluding.
धन्यवाद माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैं आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रेषित करती हूं। आपने मुझे इस महत्वपूर्ण बिल पर बोलने की अनुमति प्रदान की। माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, मैं अपनी बात की शुरुआत किसी तर्क से नहीं बल्कि एक अभिनंदन से करना चाहती हूं, क्योंकि री-नीट के एग्जाम में हमारे देश के 11,21,000 विद्यार्थियों ने सफलता प्राप्त की और उसमें भी 58% से ज्यादा मेरे देश की होनहार बेटियों ने सफलता के परचम लहराए। उसके लिए मैं उन सभी को ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं और उनको अभिनंदन करना चाहूंगी। महोदया, आज जिस बिल पर, संशोधित बिल पर हम आप चर्चा कर रहे हैं, वो सिर्फ एक दंडात्मक प्रक्रिया नहीं है, बल्कि इस देश के प्रत्येक विद्यार्थियों से किया हुआ एक वचन है कि उनकी मेहनत और प्रतिभा का सम्मान होगा और पेपर लीक जैसे अपराधों को जड़ से उखाड़ फेंकने के लिए एक सशक्त कानून बनाया जाएगा ताकि ऐसी घटनाओं की फिर पुनरावृत्ति नहीं हो सके। माननीय महोदया, मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को इस संशोधित बिल के लिए बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूं और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए इस देश के विद्यार्थियों का हित सर्वोपरि था, इसलिए उन्होंने अपने संदेश में कहा था कि आज के युवा कल राष्ट्र का भविष्य है और उन भविष्य के साथ जो खिलवाड़ करेगा उन्हें किसी कीमत पर बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। और इसीलिए जब पेपर लीक हुआ तो पुनः परीक्षा का आयोजन किया गया और पुनः परीक्षा के बाद अति शीघ्र उसका रिजल्ट भी घोषित किया गया ताकि किसी भी विद्यार्थी का एक साल खराब नहीं हो। माननीय महोदय, इस पूरी प्रक्रिया में अगर हम देखें तो 4 से 5 महीने का वक्त लगता है, लेकिन अगर सामने इस देश के युवा का भविष्य हो तो इस देश ने ये पूरी प्रक्रिया मात्र 40 दिनों के अंदर की है। 551 हमारे शहर, 5,440 परीक्षा केंद्र, 13 भाषाएं और 20 लाख से ऊपर विद्यार्थियों की सफलतापूर्वक परीक्षा कराने का काम हमारी सरकार के द्वारा किया गया, क्योंकि ये विद्यार्थियों के प्रति उनकी प्रतिबद्धता थी। मगर दूसरी तरफ मुझे अफसोस है माननीय महोदय कि विद्यार्थियों के दुख पर बहुत से लोगों ने अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेकने का काम किया। उन विद्यार्थियों के कंधे पर बंदूक रखकर चलाने का काम किया और निशाना सरकार को बनाया। जब लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था में जनता के द्वारा सब दूर से इनको हार मिली तो उन बच्चों के पीछे उनके स्वार्थ को सिद्ध करने का काम इन लोगों ने किया। बच्चों की बात को अराजकता की आग में झोंकने वाले न तो विद्यार्थियों के हितैषी हो सकते हैं, न तो इस देश के हितैषी हो सकते हैं माननीय महोदया। और इन सारे वाक्यों में जब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को इन्होंने अनर्गल बातें कही तो मैं इनसे पूछना चाहती हूं, क्योंकि दिख रहा है साफ कि खंजर वही पुराना है, बस हाथ नया बदला है। मैं इन सब से पूछना चाहती हूं कि इस देश में निर्भया कांड जैसा दुखद घटना भी हुई थी, अब उस वक्त किन लोगों ने इस्तीफा दिया था? मैं इनसे पूछना चाहती हूं कि जब पंजाब में अभी पेपर लीक हुआ तो किन लोगों ने इस्तीफा दिया? अन्ना हजारे के आंदोलन के बाद किन लोगों ने इस्तीफा दिया? इनको विद्यार्थियों के हित से कोई मतलब नहीं था महोदय, इनको तो सिर्फ इस्तीफे से मतलब था, इनके राजनीतिक स्वार्थ से मतलब था। अगर विद्यार्थियों के हित की अगर इनको चिंता होती तो उसके लिए समाधान निकालते। मैं इनसे पूछना चाहती हूं, इस देश में 7 दशक तक महोदय परीक्षा की पारदर्शिता की रक्षा करने के लिए एक भी कानून नहीं बना था, एक भी कानून नहीं बना था। इस 7 दशक की चुप्पी को तोड़ने का काम माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किया और 2024 में यह अधिनियम दिया और सशक्तता के साथ लागू किया। और मैं तो ये कहना चाहूंगी महोदया कि जिनकी किताब के हर पन्ने पर राग हो बेहिसाब, वो दूसरों को नसीहतों का पाठ पढ़ाते हैं जनाब। अब इनके इतिहास पर भी मैं नजर डालना चाहूंगी। 2004 में सीबीएसई की अखिल भारतीय प्री मेडिकल परीक्षा के पेपर लीक हुए, किसकी सरकार थी? 2007 में एआई की सबसे प्रतिष्ठित इंजीनियरिंग प्रवेश परीक्षा, तब किसकी सरकार थी? 2008 का प्री मेडिकल टेस्ट देश भर में लीक के मामले, कौन सत्ता में था? 2011 में एआई लखनऊ 11 लाख विद्यार्थी महोदया 11 लाख विद्यार्थी प्रभावित हुए, कौन सत्ता में था? 2012 में एम्स की पर्चा लीक हुआ, बाजार में पर्चा घूमता रहा, किसकी सत्ता थी? 2013 में महाराष्ट्र का एचएससी परीक्षा लीक, कौन सत्ता में था? माननीय महोदय, मैं उत्तर प्रदेश की भी बात करना चाहूंगी। 1993 में समाजवादी पार्टी ने चुनाव में खुला वादा किया कि कल्याण सिंह जी की सरकार का नकल विरोधी कानून को वो समाप्त करेंगे। इस देश ने पहली बार देखा कि नकल कराने की बात को कोई भी अपना चुनावी को घोषणा बनाए, ये बहुत खतरनाक है। और सत्ता में आने के बाद माननीय महोदय, इन्होंने उस कानून को समाप्त भी किया और खुले बाजार में नकल परोस के रख दी, और आज ये नकल की बात ही करते हैं। माननीय महोदय, राजस्थान की बात करूंगी। 2021 से 2023 के बीच रीट सहित बड़ी भर्ती परीक्षाओं के पर्चे बार बार लीक हुए, और जब उनसे जवाब मांगा गया तो उनका ये कहना था कि जादू और टोना टोकते से पर्चा गायब हो गया। आज की परिस्थिति में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने और हमारी सरकार ने ये बात नहीं की, बल्कि 48 घंटों के अंदर उन गुनहगारों को जेल की सलाखों के पीछे करने का काम किया। माननीय महोदय, मैं कर्नाटक की बात करूं, झारखंड की बात करूं, या मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश की बात करूं, हर जगह पेपर लीक होते रहे, बच्चे रोते रहे और सरकारें सोती रही, लेकिन इन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया, क्योंकि जो खुद गुनाहों में डूबा हो वो क्या रास्ता दिखाएगा? जिनका आईना खुद धूल से भरा हो वो क्या अपना चेहरा बताएगा? माननीय महोदय, मैं आज इस सदन में खड़े होकर इस देश के युवाओं से कहना चाहती हूं कि हवा लाख मुखालिफ हो जाए, मगर जरा गौर तो कर कि वो कौन है जो चिरागों की लौ बचाता है, और वो माननीय मोदी जी है, जिन्होंने इस देश के भविष्य की चिंता की। उन्होंने इस मामले को दबाया नहीं, बल्कि समाधान निकाला। उन्होंने दोषियों को बचाया नहीं, बल्कि उनको सजा दी, और उनकी उसी सजा को और सख्त करने के लिए ये सशक्त कानून बताया, ताकि स्थायी निवारण तंत्र स्थापित कर सके, ताकि कोई भी हाथ जब इस देश के भविष्य और युवा की तरफ उठे तो उसे कानून का शिकंजा वहीं दबा दे और उसे वहीं रोक दे। माननीय महोदय, आज जो ये विषय था, ये राजनीति करने का विषय नहीं था, ये राष्ट्र की शिक्षा नीति का विषय था। ये एक ऐसा विषय था कि हम सबको मिलकर इसका समाधान करना था, क्योंकि जब बात देश की हो तो हमारी प्राथमिकता देश होना चाहिए। आज पूरा विश्व हमारे भारत की युवा शक्ति की तरफ देख रहा है, तब हमारी जिम्मेदारियां और बढ़ जाती है। लेकिन मुझे अफसोस है कि इन्होंने सुनियोजित ढंग से इस देश के माहौल को खराब करने का काम किया। अभी हमारे संजय जी बता रहे थे कि ऐसे ऐसे लोगों के वीडियो सामने आए जिनका शिक्षा से लेना देना ही नहीं। मेरी संसद सदस्य साथ में गीता जी बैठे हुए, उनके फोन पर एक वीडियो आया उत्तर प्रदेश के उन्हीं के जिले का, औरैया जिले का एक व्यक्ति जिसके ऊपर 15 से 16 केस है, वो यहां आकर शिक्षा की बात करता है जिसका शिक्षा से कोई लेना देना नहीं। ऐसे कई बात है, ऐसे कई वीडियो है जो ये बताते हैं कि इस देश के माहौल को सुनियोजित ढंग से इन लोगों ने खराब करने का काम किया। बल्कि दूसरी तरफ माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी तो इतने संवेदनशील हैं माननीय महोदय, कि वो इस देश में परीक्षा के पहले बच्चों पर परीक्षा से चर्चा करते हैं, ताकि उनका तनाव कम हो और तनाव मुक्त स्थिति में वो अपनी एग्जाम दे सके। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ही थे जिन्होंने नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 को लागू किया, ताकि कौशल विकास से जुड़ सके और हमारी शिक्षा सुदृढ़ हो सके। आज शैक्षणिक विस्तार क्षमता को भी मैं बताना चाहूंगी महोदय। विश्वविद्यालयों की संख्या 2014 में, उसके पहले 760 थी, आज बढ़कर 1338 हो गई है। आज मैं बात करूं HEI की संख्या 51,000 से बढ़कर आज 70,018 हो चुकी है। IIT की संख्या 16 से 23 हो गई है। IIM 13 से बढ़कर 21 हो गए हैं। एम्स की संख्या 7 से बढ़कर आज 20 हो गई है। 2014 के पहले 387 मेडिकल कॉलेज थे। हमारे स्वास्थ्य मंत्री यहाँ बैठे हुए थे। आज दुगने से अधिक 818 हो गए हैं, जबकि MBBS की सीटें 51,000 से बढ़कर 1,28,000 हो गए। ये आंकड़े नहीं है, ये इस सरकार की विकास की बातें हैं और ये बताती है कि इस सरकार देश के साथ है, देश के युवाओं के साथ है। इतना ही नहीं, 1,40,00,000 से अधिक नौजवानों को कौशल प्रमाणन, 1,40,000 से अधिक मान्यता प्राप्त स्टार्टअप, ये सारे वो आंकड़े हैं जो ये बताते हैं कि ये देश के साथ हमेशा ये सरकार रही है। बस 2 मिनट की बातें मैं और कहना चाहूंगी। माननीय महोदय, मैं देश के बच्चों से ये कहना चाहूंगी कि 2047 का विकसित भारत, ये आने वाले जब हमारा हम 100वां स्वतंत्रता उत्सव मना रहे होंगे, जब इस देश के युवाओं के हाथ में ये भारत होगा, इसलिए बरगलाने पर मत बगले, क्योंकि ये आज हमारा जो सरकार है वो कल भी आपके साथ खड़ी थी, आज भी आपके साथ खड़ी है और आने वाले कल में भी आपके साथ खड़ी रहेगी। इसी के साथ मैं पूरे मन से इस बिल का समर्थन करते हुए अपनी वाणी को विराम देती हूँ। बहुत बहुत
Now, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji to reply to the discussion. Under what rule?
सर, औचित्य का प्रश्न। सर, आप तो पूरी बात सुन चुके हैं, पूरा डिस्कशन आपने एक
So,
मिनट।
under what rule you are raising? You please tell me.
औचित्य का प्रश्न, औचित्य का प्रश्न 258। सर, आपने पूरी चर्चा सुनी, हम लोगों ने भी पूरी चर्चा सुनी।
No, this is only a procedure.
सर, वही उसी प्रोसीजर पे मैं आपकी फाइंडिंग चाहता हूँ। सर, 1 मिनट सुन लीजिए, शांति से खत्म हो। मैं आपसे एक चीज कहना चाहता हूँ, आपने सारे सदस्यों को सुना, विपक्ष के सबने जो सवाल उठाए, मैं दावे से कह सकता हूं कि वो सारे सवाल एक ही थे, जो जुल्म, जाति उन नौजवानों के साथ, छात्रों के साथ हुई है, लाठियों की बात हुई, पिलेट की बात हुई। तो हमें एक उम्मीद थी कि सदन में चर्चा समाप्त होने के पहले माननीय गृह मंत्री जी आएंगे, श्री अमित शाह जी आएंगे, पर ये धोखा है।
Dr. Jitendra Singh ji to reply to the discussion, please. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. Yes.
चेयरमैन सर,
Now, leader of the House, please.
सर, बहुत जिम्मेवार सर,
Jairam ji,
अरे जाने
Jairam
दो।
ji, you want to sit and listen, you sit and listen. Oh, you want to go out, please. Now, honorable leader of the house, please.
सर, मैंने आज सुबह ही कहा था कि विपक्ष मुद्दा विहीन हो गया है और आज इन्होंने अपने काम से और अपने करतूत से इसको चरितार्थ कर दिया है कि विपक्ष मुद्दा विहीन हो गया है, इसके पास कोई मुद्दा नहीं रह गया है। आज लगभग 8 घंटे चर्चा चली है, हर एक सदस्य को पूरा बोलने का अधिकार दिया गया। सत्ता पक्ष ने सारे विषयों को बहुत संवेदना के साथ सुना और उसके साथ साथ अभी जब मंत्री जी जवाब देने के लिए खड़े हुए तो गैर जिम्मेदाराना व्यवहार विपक्ष का रहा है, जो वॉकआउट करके जा रहा है।
गैर जिम्मेदाराना है। और इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि इनको चर्चा में कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है। They have got no respect for democracy. They have got no respect for parliamentary procedures. They have got no respect for parliamentary democracy. Whereas the ruling party, under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Modi, is always ready to have discussion on every topic under the sun. और ये बात आज फिर से चर्चात हुई है। मैं इनकी जो इन्होंने वॉकआउट किया है, इसकी मैं निंदा भी करता हूं, भर्त्सना भी करता हूं, और इसके साथ साथ जिस तरीके से ये एक्सपोज हुए हैं, ये सारे देश को देखना चाहिए और समझना चाहिए।
Now, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji
Thank
to
you.
reply to the discussion.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me the
No,
opportunity
please.
to respond.
नहीं आप बात कर लो जी, आप बात कर लो जी, आप बात कर लो जी, जी आप बात कर लो।
वो कह रहा है कांग्रेस का
नहीं, उनका नहीं दे रहे ना जी, नहीं दे रहे।
Out of the India bloc, I am talking about the India bloc. I corrected that India bloc, the India alliance, is an irresponsible opposition which they are working, and it is their irresponsible behavior which they have shown today.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me the opportunity to respond to this 7 to 8 hour long discussion and debate. Without being repetitive about what has already been said by me this morning, and considering the mood of the House, I will just like to add a few points which have been raised during the course of this protracted discussion. But before that, I would like to say that we brought in this bill with all the humility at our command, and I have taken a very keen note of each and every word said. As I said in the beginning itself, we do not stand on prestige. We had come here with a lot of expectation that we would be benefited by some healthy, constructive suggestions. But as the leader of House, Nadda ji, has already mentioned, it's unfortunate that many of the honorable members who were most vociferous in raising objections have chosen to walk out when their issues or their points were to be responded. But I'm sure, having learned quite a bit from the Parliament, they must be watching me outside somewhere. And therefore, I will still not disappoint them. I have, before I pick up a few points that have been raised and which I have some relevance also for others, this is an issue which touches every citizen of India. And I'm saying so because I heard some of the members say that I am a stakeholder, so I have a greater stake. Somebody said I am associated with education and therefore I have a stake. Somebody said I am a teacher in... But the matter of fact is that this is an issue which has stake with every parent of this country, every family of this country, rather every citizen, because these young children are our huge, huge investment for what Prime Minister Modi describes as Viksit Bharat of 2047. And if just being associated with the education was a stake, then I think I am the greatest stakeholder, having been a medicine teacher for more than 25 years. But nevertheless, before I respond to some of those points, I would have no hesitation, and I say this with all the confidence at my command because we live in an evidence-based era, and each word that we say, because yesterday also there were some data mentioned which did not exist. Like, for example, it was said, and it was said today also, that 152 paper leaks, and yesterday it was said affecting 765 crore children. Now, I don't know where the source is. Unfortunately, today this number was also cited by the leader of opposition. So they have not been able to authenticate where they got from 152 leaks. And let's not forget, the entire population of the world today is around 800 crore. And therefore 765 crore being impacted 765 crore children being impacted in India is not only hilarious, it's also unbelievable. But I think one of the greatest accomplishments as far as medical education is concerned under Prime Minister Modi after 2014 is that we have made a very earnest effort to liberate it from the management quota malaise and try to make the medical education more accessible. And what the honorable member who just now finished speaking was saying, that now instead of 7 we have 22 aims. From medical colleges 387 we have 844. The number of medical seats in undergraduation level increased from 51,300 to 1,39,000. PG seats from 31,000 to 86,300. And I think one of the greatest shortcomings was because of the shortage of the seats in the private sector, in the public sector, some of those who were aspiring to be doctors were constrained to go to the private sector and had to shell out huge amount of fortune, hard-earned fortune by their parents. And therefore, to an extent, this is also a democratization through accessibility and affordability of medical education. And this principle of democratization of education in general has been applied by Prime Minister Modi in the education sector in general as well. And I think the biggest game changer over the last decade has been NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, because it has liberated our adolescent children from the slavery of the subjects chosen by their parents or their guardians or their elders in class 12. For example, if a parent wanted his child to choose medical subjects in class 12 to become a doctor and somehow the child could not make it, then what was the future course for him or her? He or she would become a prisoner of the subjects chosen. He had to do his graduation again, either biology or botany, then MSc again, PhD still. So the choice became narrower and narrower. And the child went on pursuing the same subjects, even though he did not have the preference of the aptitude. So this is an aptitudinal freedom which has happened with NEP 2020. It should have happened many years earlier. But I don't know what kind of vested interests were there behind it. Not only that, the number of universities over the last 12 years has gone up from 760 to 1,293. There has been 30% expansion in the higher education in general as well. Besides medical education, from 51,534 higher education institutions, we are today 64,896. There has been a special focus given. Mr. Kharge was repeatedly referring to education constraints faced by the weaker sections, the scheduled castes, the others. It is this government, for the first time, came out with the concept of Eklavya schools in tribal areas. Unfortunately, it was not mentioned throughout the discussion. So we have today, even today, we have 400 Eklavya schools across the country. Similarly, there was issues raised repeatedly about the opportunities of livelihood not being available. This government, not only, I'll come to that also, if you see the number of employment opportunities which were being referred by some of the members who have just walked out, the matter of fact is that between 2004 to 2014, the number of appointments made in the government jobs by the then UPA government was 7.22 lakh. This can be verified. Whereas in the next 10 years, because I'm being very equitable in comparison, the next 10 years from 2014 to 2024, it was 10.96 lakh. So there is 1.5 times increase in the number of appointments. The leader of opposition was also referring to lesser number of appointments being given to the scheduled castes in the government sector. Our data bears out. Backlog vacancies had not been filled. So backlog vacancies again pertain to OBC. Entire backlog has been completed. And I say this with confidence because the DOPT handles it. We made a fast track campaign and succeeded in doing so. Promotions had been stagnated. बड़ा दुखद कई बार ये दृश्य देखने को मिलता, जो सज्जन 35 साल के बाद उसी पद से सेवानिवृत्त हो जाता. His colleagues would be giving him farewell and he would be moving out with a heavy heart from the same chair. We have given bulk promotions. We did that 4,000, 2,000, 6,000 and cleared all the stagnated promotions so that nobody could remain demotivated in the government service. But what is more important than that also is that we also try to create a culture and a mindset in this country that livelihood does not necessarily mean a sarkari naukri. And therefore came the startup movement. Prime Minister announced it from the ramparts of Red Fort in his Independence Day address of 2015, Startup India, Stand Up India. That time we just had about 350 to 400 startups in this country. Today we have around 240,000. We stand rank 3 in the world as far as our startup ecosystem is concerned. Not only that, we have also now produced startups in some of those sectors where this concept was almost unheard of. For example, the space sector. We simply had one-digit startups, single-digit startups. We have today close to 400, and just 2 weeks back, we got one unicorn, the Skyroot, which also received mention during the course of the debate. And Skyroot is our first startup having turned into a unicorn. Average age 28 years, and I think they deserve to be applauded because they also belong to Gen Z. We, as far as our PhDs are concerned, from rank 7 in 2014, we have risen to rank 3 in 2026. As far as patents are concerned, our youngsters have today successfully filed 1,09,557 patents. And what is notable over here is those who belong to the education sector, the science fields, would bear me out. कहा जाता था कि पेटेंट तो फाइल किया, लेकिन बाहर जा करके हुआ. हरगोविंद खुराना बाहर गया तो नोबेल प्राइज मिला. It's not so. Among these, 60% of the patents registered and filed were Indian residents, resident Indians. यहीं पले बड़े, यहीं पैदा हुए. They got all their training over here and succeeded filing over here. Similarly, a good mention was also made about the National Research Foundation, which is founded by this government, giving special impetus to women. It is this government which launched the Women in Scientist scheme, the WISE scheme in 2018, Nidhi scheme, the Natural, which is the National Initiation for Developing and Harnessing Innovation among students, beginning from class 9. Vigyan Jyoti for girl children, beginning from class 9. I can go on and on for the whole day. And that is what has changed the scenario. 15 years back, our youth were looking for the first opportunity to go out of India because they did not have enough opportunities. Today, many of them are looking forward to come back. And to honor their spirit, we have launched a program called Vaibhav program, where we arrange projects for them over here. And therefore, this government under Prime Minister Modi holds the youth of this country in the highest esteem, and actually their esteem across the world has gone up. Those who have seen the scenario 15 years ago and who have been familiar with this field will wear me out. Many of our children, when they went out, they were hesitant even to give their introduction as Indians. Today, if a child says that he or she is a youth says that he or she is from India, the rating in the employment market suddenly goes up, as was being mentioned by Sudhanshu ji also. Many of our top executives there are also from India. The other point, sir, what I wanted to make over here is that again and again, the mention was made that paper leak has happened, but will it solve the issue? Somehow, I think many of the members who were not over here now, have not read the title of the bill fully. No two words in English language mean the same. Not anywhere in this title of the bill is word paper leak mentioned. So it's not confined to paper leak at all, Chairman, sir. It is prevention of unfair means, PUM. That was the bill which I only had piloted in 2024, and the same bill is being amended today. And when you talk of unfair means, one of the components is leakage. And if you want me to elaborate, because I said, as a student of science, we've been taught not to speak without evidence. I'll just try to quickly read out. One, leakage of question paper or answer key. That is one point. one of the components of the unfair means. 2, participating in collusion with others. 3, accessing or taking possession of question paper or OMR. 4, providing solution in one or more questions by any unauthorized person. 5, directly or indirectly assisting the candidate in any manner unauthorized. 6, tampering with answer sheets, including optical mark recognition response sheets. 7, altering the assessment except to correct a bona fide error. 8, willful violation of norms and standards set up by the central government. 9, tampering with any document necessary for shortlisting of candidates or finalizing merit or rank of a candidate. 10, deliberate violation of security measures to facilitate unfair means. 11, tampering with the computer network or computer resource or a computer system. 12, manipulation in setting arrangements, allocation of dates and shifts for the candidates in facilitating, adopting unfair means in examinations. 13, threatening the life, the liberty, or wrongfully restraining persons associated with the Public Examination Authority or the service provider or any other authorized agency of the government or of obstructing the conduct of a public examination. 14, creation of fake website to cheat otherwise or for monetary gain. And 16, conduct of fake examination, issue of fake admit card, and offer letters to a cheat or for monetary gain. So it's a huge spectrum of unfair means, right up to fake websites, fake admit cards, which none of the members have pointed out because it's gone beyond their imagination. So it's been a very diligently worked out bill. In fact, what I read is part of the bill, which only goes on to say that much has not been read, which would have satisfied many of the members. If you go for the reforms, as early as in 2014, in his Independence Day address, Prime Minister Modi called for abolition of interviews in government appointments. So that was the first major reform as far as our examination systems for recruitment and higher education admission were concerned. And therefore, there was a level playing field given. There were earlier complaints about a child getting 100 marks in written, being not given enough marks in interview in order to favor someone else by way of nepotism, favoritism, etc. Modular online application portal has been introduced. Verification of number of attempts in civil services, other exams has been introduced. Face authentication has been introduced. Provisional answer keys are being provided by the UPSC and SSC. And candidate help desks are there. And very recently, the UPSC has also. And this bill does not cover only NTA. It also covers, as I said in the morning, but I think I was not taken very seriously. It also covers UPSC, it also covers SSC, it also covers Railway Recruitment, and it also covers banking services. And therefore, the Pratibha Setu, we have been so sensitive. Many of those children or many of those youth who make up to the second step of the civil service examination, the final examination, but in the interview, by just a stroke of luck, they don't make it. They are as good as those who have already made it into IAS or IRS. For them, we last year set up Pratibha Setu so that they can be accessed by PSUs, private companies. Already 335 private companies have registered on this portal. The average time taken for the conduct of many of these recruitment agencies was earlier 9 months and 8 days, reduced to 8 months and 24 days as far as the SSC concerned. Cyber security concerns were raised. Already the measures have been taken. The CCTV cameras have been taken. If I go on and on, it will be taking long. But yes, I would have to mention about some of the members said that Radhakrishnan Committee has not been implemented. As I say, unfortunately, I think the bill has not been ready in full because, in spite of the fact that enough time was given by the chairman, by the chair, Radhakrishnan Committee recommended, as I said in the morning, 46 key recommendations. I said this in the morning, but I did not elaborate because I thought it was not necessary. Out of that, 76% have already been implemented. Now, for the satisfaction of those who still refuse to believe, the specific measures that have already been implemented include A. Aadhaar-based biometric authentication. B. AI-enabled face authentication. C. Multi-layer frisking. D. CCTV surveillance. E. Signal jammers.
No change.
F. State and district coordination committees. G. Grievance reporting and redressal cell. and 9, the restructuring of NTA, which has already been initiated. Now, referring to some of the specifics that have been raised, the LOP in the morning was feeling hurt when I narrated the different, I'll take another 5 minutes because because this is important, because I'm sure I'm being watched somewhere. So the LOP in the morning mentioned that in I'm being very specific. You are a good opposition leader. No, but I have been very specific what I'm saying. That the paper leaks mentioned by me in my introductory remarks had selectively pointed out to some states. Not so, Sir Chairman. I picked up all the states and said no state has been untouched. Rather, those who have walked out have selectively missed out, referring to Punjab and Karnataka, which are the latest insults. Then 152 leaks I have already mentioned. And then there was also this mention of some of the what the so-called, as he alleged, the brutality is unleashed on the children. Not so. There has not been any casualty reported. On the other hand, one of the members from this side rightly mentioned there was a firing on the sadhus in that cow agitation in 1966 outside Parliament, and in Assam during the student association, which lasted from 1979 to 1984, because repeatedly we were being, and when Congress was in power, the exact number of casualties I have searched out, it was 860, mostly students. And when we are being repeatedly asked this question, I think they are asking from their own experience, because when Congress was in power, that was their approach, but not so under the Modi government, and that is why this is a party with difference. No, I will point what is important. I think I can enjoy that privilege at least. Now, that has been mentioned that there was some mention that NTA should be abolished or it should be taken. The point here again being missed is that more number of these paper leaks have happened through state level agencies, the state public service commissions, through state service boards, and not necessarily through NTAs. Similarly, no, not at all. Who said that? Who said that? You are not understanding. That is why I am saying you didn't read the bill. And in fact, the initiation of the NTA improvement has already been taken over. The task force that I mentioned in the morning, headed by Mr. Nilkani, is actually tasked with this. And what I was going to say now is going to answer what you said. Some of the suggestions have been made, like referring to so-called coaching industry and how to bring more transparency, etc., etc. So I would like to mention over here that that is precisely the agenda for which this committee has been constituted. And these suggestions are welcome. These suggestions would be taken from any citizen of the country, all the stakeholders, and even from others. And therefore, in the end, so in the end, the issue is so vast and so serious, Chairman, sir, that it can't be left to government alone. The government is already doing its bit, it will continue to do. We call for cooperation from all sections of society, from individual citizens, for families, for even the parents of the children. We are open to receive the suggestions. We are proceeding with an open mind, and we are not only ready to walk the talk, we are in fact ready to walk an extra mile. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Now, the question is that public examinations, prevention of unfair means Amendment Bill 2026 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up class by class consideration of the bill. Class 2 stands part of the bill. There are 3 amendments. Number 3 by Shriman A.A. Rahim.
Not present.
Of the viewpoint that most people, every time we've seen in every bill, people make amendments and they are not present. I think it is...
We have to go by the procedure only, please take seat. Please take seat, we have to go only by the procedure, you should have the patience. Number 9 by Shriman Haris Biran, not there. Number 12 by Shriman Santosh Kumar P.
Not present.
I shall now put class 2 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 2 is adopted. Class 3 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 3 is adopted. Class 4 stands part of the bill. There are 3 amendments. Number 1 by Dr. John Birtas. Number 4 and 5 by Shriman A.A. Rahim. So amendments moved. So not moved. So I shall now put class 4 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 4 is adopted. Class 5 stands part of the bill. There are 11 amendments. Number 2 by John Pitas, 6 and 7 by Rahim, and 8 by Shriman Tirchi Siva. Are you moving the amendment?
I am moving, sir.
You are moving. 10 and 11 by Shriman Haris Biran. 13 and 14 by Shriman Santosh Kumar P. And 15 to 17, Shriman P. Wilson Ji.
To abolish the NEET.
I shall now put the amendment moved by Shriman Tirchi Sivaji to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negatived. I shall now put the amendments moved by Thiru P. Wilson Ji to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendments are negatived. I shall now put class 5 to vote. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 5 is adopted. Class 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 1, the enacting formula of the title are adopted. Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji to move that the bill be passed.
Chairman, sir, I rise to move that the bill be passed.
Motion is moved that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will please say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. The House stands adjourned to meet at 11 a.m. on Friday, the 31st July 2026.